Hey YouTube, what's going on? Back here with another video. This time we'll be talking about 4 ways to make songs easier to perform. I think a lot of times we always get stuck whenever we're learning songs with guitar, and we think to ourselves, wow, like this is a difficult song, and at the moment, maybe I spent 30 minutes learning this tab, and maybe what happened is I find that I don't know the song too well, and I'm really stuck. Maybe one part is really difficult for me. So what we do is we get overwhelmed and basically we just give up. We say, okay, I can't do this. The song's so hard. Maybe I just need to get better. And we just kind of put those songs away somewhere in the back of our minds. And every now and then what happens is we revisit those songs during practice time. And then we just end up saying, wow, yeah, that was such a good one. I can't wait to do it. And then we get to a certain point somewhere, then we give it up again, and then we come back, we give it up, and this whole cycle happens, and we never actually learn the song outright, start to finish, to actually perform it. And the reason this is because some songs, as they're written, are just difficult to perform. They require practice, and you have to appreciate the fact that the songwriter, they've probably spent way more time than you on learning their own song. They wrote the thing. It makes a lot of sense that it would be difficult for you to actually learn it note for note. With that being said, I have these tips right here which I think can enable you to actually learn a lot more songs than you thought you could learn, to both sing and play at the same time. I hope these tips help you just get more songs out there, even if you don't copy them 100%, even if you don't necessarily play at the level that some of these musicians whose songs you want to cover, at the level they can play, that's still okay. So let's just get right to it. Tip number 1, just skip all the difficult notes. This is a pretty big one that I think many people don't want to make this compromise. They think to themselves, well, in the actual song, the song goes like this, so I am doing some kind of disservice to the cover if I skip the difficult notes. Well, there's a few things you gotta consider here. Let's just start with an example. I always like starting with an example, and then we'll break it down. So, one song I really like is "Rooster" by Alice in Chains. So the chorus for guitar goes like this. The problem with that is that Jerry Cantrell, he doesn't actually sing while he plays the chorus. There's little parts where he adds a little bit onto it, but he doesn't actually sing and play, and Lane Staley doesn't play while he sings, right? So it doesn't make sense for you to just say, okay, well, let's just throw that song out of my repertoire because, you know, I can't sing and play at the same time. Neither can they. So what you need to do is you need to basically dumb it down, skip these difficult notes. And what do I mean by that in here is like, well, really the song is just this. That's kind of the entire song, essentially. It's the core of this. The verse goes like that. I mean, there's a little pre-chorus part that it changes it up there. So why do you need to do all this? All that stuff. I mean, obviously, it sounds good if you can have it in there, but if you can't time that with your voice, which, by the way, Alice in Chains doesn't do either, right? If you can't do that, should you just give up on the song? And the answer is no. Just play a simple version. Skip the difficult notes. So it just looks like this. Yeah, here come the rooster. Yeah. No, he ain't gonna die. No, no, no. No, he ain't gonna die. It's much easier to do that by itself. You just skip the unimportant stuff and your performance still sounds pretty good, I think. Okay, now with tip number 2, this one is play only the important notes. Now tip 1 was skip the unimportant notes, or the difficult notes I should say, and then tip 2 is play only the important notes. I just picked a different song to show this this concept because I think that you can kind of see what I mean. I'm gonna take It's Been a While by Stained. This is how the verse goes to that song. Now, the essence of that song doesn't require you to pick every one of those notes. Now, it might be how it goes, but actually, if you've seen Aaron Lewis do it live, he really often just plays chords. You can do something like this. And it still would work out. Check it out. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. It's been a while since I said I'm sorry. I could also get closer to it by just going up and down on the notes like this. So it's been a while since I could say that I wasn't addicted. It's been a while since I said na na something something, whatever the words were. Do you see how I'm not playing exactly? But what's actually really cool is that because I'm not doing exactly that, I actually have a lot more kind of artistic freedom to really play with what I'm doing here. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. It's been a while since I said I'm sorry. And all that. Like I could just do stuff on my notes and just do all these little licks and stuff. Because I'm not really worried about matching the notes. I'm playing the important tones that kind of capture the essence of the song, but I'm making it mine while making it easier to perform because I'm just going up and down the notes like this. Everything is even. It's nothing changing, so it's an easy thing to play with. Tip number 3 now. I kind of alluded to this tip earlier, and I've made other videos on it, but just play the underlying chords, right? Maybe this should be tip number 1 if you think about it. I've used an example like this in one of my other videos with Paradise City. I think Paradise City is a good song to just show this. So again, the chorus goes like this. I could do that, or I could just do this. Take me down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Take me home. And I could just run that replica over and over again. And again, does Axl Rose play that while singing it? No. Does Slash do it? No. So why should you? I mean, I get that some people might want to do 100% the song. And if that's your goal, maybe this video isn't for you. But again, the video is tips to make it easier for you to perform current songs. Just learn the underlying chords. 3 chords, boom, strum them to a rhythm. Easy. Tip number 4, and this tip kind of combines all 3 that I mentioned before that. This may be one of the most important ones of all because it has to deal with your comfort levels. And this tip is just add in notes where you're comfortable. Now, I kind of did that with It's Been a While. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. It's been a while since I said I'm sorry. So I'm just, do you see how I'm like adding this? And little things like that? That's not exactly in the song, but I'm comfortable and there's a pause there and I'm just sort of flowing with my own general chord version of the real song and I have the freedom to add stuff in. Now, if I was trying to do 100% a replica of the song, I wouldn't have the freedom for such licks. I showed an example of this in my video where I used Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers, where I did. You know this little flavor, the licks I'm doing? stuff like that. So if I just sing and play it, it's sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. So I'm actually really just strumming chords and not playing the exact rhythm there, but I'm still able to, in between the pauses, fit in all these little riffs. And I could fill in that way my own riffs. I don't have to fill in riffs on the actual song. And I'm really comfortable doing it because it's my own thing. And so I can perform the song. And this actually gives a new component where now whenever I play it live, people hear my take on the song. They don't have to hear Red Hot Chili Peppers' take or Stain's take or any of these artists' take on the song. They can hear my cover because at the end of the day, they would just go see them in concert if they wanted to see it, right? They want to see you perform your version. I know some of these tips are pretty basic, but I think a lot of people need to hear the message. You really should have no excuse to not be able to cover a song. At the very base of it, you can always break it down, skip some notes, only play important notes, just play the chords, add some of your own complexities, stuff like that. So I hope this video was really helpful to you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe some of you think this is kind of cheating. You know, maybe you're not really learning the song. I'd like to hear your opinions on that too. But yeah, so this is what I have to say right now. So until next time, guys.